everybody, welcome back to my channel. All right, before we get into things, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and make sure that you click that bell so you can stay alerted for every new video that drops here on moving forward. All right, this is the first episode of the re-installment of becoming a model. These videos will go ahead and be a little bit short. We're trying to see how these go. So if you like the content and you want longer videos with a little bit more in-depth information, go ahead and thumbs up and comment below and share with a friend stating how you want to go ahead and have me make these videos longer. Okay? So let's go ahead and talk about today's topic. Photoshoot etiquette. All right? This is always something that is always needing to be discussed, but not a lot of people usually talk about it on a day-to-day. And these couple of things will go ahead and make sure that you're doing exactly what you need to be doing and looking as professional as a model that you need to be looking. Number one thing, right, when we talk about photo shoots, don't share photo shoot details with the world. All right? I know it can be a little bit exciting to just want to go ahead and share with everybody that you just landed this big project of a big thing with a photo shoot and this big name brand and everything in this big magazine. Don't do that. A lot of times whenever you're getting information about any kind of big type shoot, you're usually going ahead and you're being told that everything's pretty much confidential, so you can't really talk about it. And if you do, honey, they will replace you. Okay, they do not care. They will find somebody else that looks relatively like you and replace you. So make sure that you keep your lips shut. All right? And be as discreet as possible when you go ahead and you get those top shoots. Signing contracts and NDAs or copyrights. So when it comes to photo shoots, a lot of times we usually have to talk about who's the copyright person, like whose photos are these once we're shooting. And it usually comes into place whenever we're talking about TFP or paid shoots. Every model is supposed to sign a NDA or a copyright form when it comes to them doing a photo shoot. Usually the photographer will always have like a model release form of some kind. That way the model can actually understand the copyrights information and the photographer can acknowledge the fact that they understand the copyrights information. So that's first things first. Now, copyrights. Everybody has their own opinion when it comes to these copyrights information. This is my personal opinion of how I believe it is, as well as talking with other people in the industry and kind of getting their gist. But I've come to find out for all my 8 years, it's always a gamble. So this is what I suggest. If it's TFP, the photographer has the rights to those photos. If it's paid, as in you, the person, is paying the photographer to have rights for those photos, then you're going to have the rights for those photos. Same if it's an MUA and she or he is doing a photo shoot for a brand shoot for their actual makeup services. Then the MUA that's paying the photographer, well, guess what? That MUA is going to have rights to those photos. The photographer is basically giving up rights to give to that actual person that's paying. The model, you actually will not have the copyrights for those photos. So you kind of get an idea of actually how the copyrights thing kind of works. Prepare and pack 48 hours in advance. And I'm sorry, you guys, if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes, okay? This is for those that are watching me live versus actually listening to me on the podcast. Prepare and pack 48 hours in advance. Now, I always suggest preparing 48 hours just so you can have time to mix and mingle and do what you need to do to make sure that everything that you need to have for your model bag is actually in your possession. That way, come the actual photo shoot date, all you gotta do is just arrive. And you have everything. You don't have to worry about stopping somewhere last minute to grab something, except unless you want to get a snack. But if you got a house, usually you have snacks at home. But that's neither here nor there. So pack 48 hours in advance just to stay clean and clear from anything that can be obstructive to your day. So, punctuality is key. Please, models, be on time. I know it can be a little crazy and we all have personal lives, but try to be on time as best as you can. Being on time is actually very, very important. Plus, you get to get out quicker. You get to go ahead and finish working. That way you can get out quicker. Plus, it gives you time to network. And no one wants to go ahead and spend the entire day being at a shoot if they don't have to. It's one thing when you know you have to be at the shoot in the entire day because you have multiple different outfits, multiple different looks, right? For hair and makeup, nails, what so have you. Then that makes sure that you're gonna plan to be there all day. But if it's only a few looks and you can knock this out, that way the photographer and the team that's the glam team can go ahead and move on to the next thing in the day. Be there on time to just go ahead and make it as easy as possible for the team to be able to conduct business for the rest of their time that they can use within their day. Simple as that. Be professional at all times. Understand that you're working. So this is an important one. I notice a lot of models, and I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. But I've noticed a lot of models that's been all over that I've come in contact with. I've seen good models, I've seen bad models. And when I say good models or bad models, I'm specifically talking about professionalism. When you're on set and you're around the actual team, do not come in there with an attitude problem. Bring your best foot forward. Being positive and not a negative Nancy reads off across the room, specifically because it makes other people want to be around you. Plus, they'll remember you for being so positive and bring a ray of sunshine to the actual room. So, that's all I have for today. And thank you so much for joining me on Becoming a Model podcast. Like I said, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe and you hit that bell button as well so you can stay notified for all of the videos that I'll be dropping on my actual channel. And I will see you guys next week for another video and another podcast. Bye, you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Take care.